So we're on oxygen after the show. Was that not fun with those girls? I know, it's like you guys say, you go out into the audience, like, I came in this morning last night from where was I? Santa Barbara, and I was like jet lagged. Even my dogs were having trouble getting out of bed this morning. They're like, I was like, come on, let's go. And then I came in, and then it's you, and it was like, changed my day having you guys on the show today. And so glad y'all showed up, too.
Wow, that's a great audience.
Great audience.
That helps a lot, don't it?
It helps a lot.
Yeah.
Helps a lot. So here's your chance to ask something, anything you wanted to ask. Hope it's good. Hope it's good. Yes, you've been chomping.
Dolly.
Yes.
I've been a fan of yours since I was 5, when I saw 9 to 5. And I brought your 9 to 5 record to school one day for recess. And you have to imagine all girls in green plaid jumpers doing the limbo to 9 to 5 for recess. So it's totally a dream to meet you.
Well, I'm glad you like that. And I'm glad that meant something to you.
That's
Yes,
nice.
That was my first movie, 9 to 5.
You were fabulous.
And you were just a child.
And so I hear, are you best friends with Brad Pitt? Did I read that?
I've been friends with Brad Pitt for a long time.
Before he was Brad Pitt.
Yeah. No, I called him because he had done a movie with a good friend of mine back before Thelma and Louise. He was nobody. And they told me that they said he was a big fan of mine, my first album. They told me to call him and wish him happy birthday. And from then, we have been best friends, and I've seen him, you know, just with such success. And I see him definitely less now. I see Jennifer more than I see Brad now. He works a lot.
Now, we were talking in the earlier show about what it feels like to walk out there on the stage, and you were saying it's a giving and giving. What has been the largest audience that you've performed before that caused you the greatest set of nerves?
To me, I don't get any more nervous with a big audience than I do with a smaller one. No, because they're just people, and I do what I do, and they're going to do what they do. But probably about the largest audience I've played to is probably about 150,000, but I didn't draw them myself. That's like in big stadiums and when we travel like overseas and stuff. But I'm always just happy to get out there and, you know, the more the merrier to me.
The more the merrier.
Yeah.
Okay, Super Bowl for you. Would that be it?
No, it would be Hyde Park. Party in the Park always has somewhere around 120, 130,000.
Yeah.
And again, that's like a group multi-artist thing, and it's just, you know, everybody comes. So that's the biggest audience I've ever...
Is it the bigger the audience, does it feed you more, or does it?
There comes a point where the energy ends. You can only take so much. I mean, I played the second Woodstock, which was like 300,000 people or something, and you can't see the end of them. And you end up, you can't fill it. I think as a performer, you try to reach, you know, and encompass, and you can't. So you end up kind of just playing to the first, you know, 100,000.
Yeah.
Also, too, you don't get as good a sound when you're having to play to that many people. You can't really hear yourself.
Even
Plus,
with your
there's a
little
lot
eerie
of noise.
things? Ear things?
I don't wear the little eerie things.
You don't?
No, I have too much hair and too much other stuff going on. I can't stand that in my ear. I figure I'll have to be wearing hearing aids soon enough. So. I never could get used to that, so I'm still, that's why these monitors are down here for me.
Really?
But usually but even still, even if I had the ear thing, I think it's still, you'd feel like it wasn't as intimate. I know I like a smaller audience. I think most artists do.
Yeah.
I have to say I prefer a smaller audience.
And what's smaller for you?
Well, I mean, actually, I prefer a club setting.
Really?
Yeah, because then I can talk to everybody that's there. I mean, my biggest problem every night is that in concert is that I can't know everyone there, and it almost bugs me. I can't know them enough, and it goes by too fast, and it actually takes my energy because I'm trying to reach I want to reach every single one of them, and you can't, but you spend your whole night trying to do that.
That's interesting. You want to reach every single one of them, because it's like
I have to do that.
I think it's unique that the three of us all come from bar, club backgrounds. I was playing, you know, Bud and Faze to 10 people in Lansing, Kansas when I was 12. And that's where we learned. And we learned that if that drunk couple, to keep them from fighting and making my night really bad, I want to reach them. And you learn that there's a magic, and when it happens, when you get their attention, like, I want to do that every single night. And you learn, and that was our education.
And when that's it. That was my education, because I mean, I started doing that from the age of 8 years old in clubs. And that was my performing arts school. Yep. Bars. Absolutely. That's what I did.
You were at home, weren't you, out in the country singing when you were a little girl?
Yeah, I started on radio and television back home, and we did a lot. But when I got to getting older, I worked a lot with my uncles, and we used to work a lot of bars. But I was with, you know, with my folks. But it was more like, well, we worked a lot of Elks Club, Moose Club. So we did a lot of that. But when I first came to Nashville and started having some records, I did a lot of club work, too. But I don't like the drunk crowds as much as I just like a small crowd. Sometimes
I don't think anybody likes a drunk crowd, do you?
No.
Yeah. Because the drunk crowd, that's a whole nother level.
They get brave.
They get louder than you do.
They get brave.
After 11, they want to tell you.
After 11, yeah.
After 11, it can get a little bit.
Okay, question. Yes, sir. Blue shirt. Mr. Blue Shirt.
Dolly.
Yeah.
Hi. My name is Tom. You were my favorite celebrity my whole life. And whenever people ask me why, there's so many things to tell them. But there's a story that I remember seeing a long time ago on some late night show, and Julia Roberts was there, and she was talking about you, and I want to see if you remember it or if it's true. She said that when you guys were filming Steel Magnolias, there was all these female actresses, and they were all sitting on this porch complaining about how long the process was taking, and it was so hot out. She looked across the yard, and you were sitting on a tree swing singing and just happy as can be. And so she walked over to you, and she said, why are you so happy when we're all complaining? And she said, you looked at her, and you said, Julia, when I was a little girl, all I dreamt about was being rich and famous. And now that I am, I'm not about to complain about it. Did that happen?
Only I think I said I ain't gonna bitch about it.
I ain't gonna bitch about it. Yeah. I remember I did you guys for that show. For Steel Magnolias. Yeah, I came down there. It was hot down there, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. It was right in the middle of summer, all that humidity down in Natchitoches, Louisiana.
Louisiana, yeah.
And it was hot. But I was more used to the humidity in defense of them than they were. So they had come from L.A. and all that. And so, but we were doing a winter scene. That was what they were really bitching about. We had on coats and stuff, and it was like probably 100 degrees and the humidity. So, but anyhow, that was true, though. And still is.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, and we love that movie. And I just want to say that y'all are phenomenal women. And y'all lift this country up. Y'all lift me personally up and everyone I know. All your music and your show, Oprah, thank you so much. And is there any way we can get a picture and a hug?
After Oprah show, right?
I'm going to let you do it since you were bold enough to ask. Come on up here, right on the show. I'm sorry, and don't start it because that was the one person. No, let her get right there in the middle. So there'll be 2 and 2. Oh, wonderful. The chef, Susan Weaver. Well, you better look there and get this picture, girl. Here we go. Here we go. That's a keeper. That's a keeper. That's a keeper. That's a keeper. Okay, and it doesn't matter whoever asked now. I'm not going to do it again.
No.
Okay? The answer is going to be no. I don't care how far you came, how long you waited for tickets, your mama's sick back at home. Okay, yes, ma'am, in blue.
I'm going to the Shania Twain concert on Wednesday. How excited are you about that? Because I know I can't wait. I'm leaving work early, you know. I'm like, I got to go. I got a concert.
Well, I'm excited about every night. I'm glad you're coming. Do you know where you're sitting?
Like the 300 level, upper.
You're part of that group. She's trying to be able
to way back, the corner.
Actually, well, my show is really interactive anyway, and I'm out in the audience a lot. So you just never know, and hopefully maybe I will actually see you out there. So I look forward to.
But wasn't this even better? This is so up close and personal. This is so. Like the little guy was sitting behind me, said that he'd seen you perform, but he goes, oh, she's so much smaller. I didn't get this close. I go, this is very close. And you are so tiny. Everybody's always shocked. Aren't you shocked at how tiny Dolly is? She is teeny tiny. What is your waist? Like Scarlett O'Hara size?
I don't know. It depends on how tight I can get that belt, and I get as tight as I can. Sometimes it's 17 and sometimes
it looks like 20
well,
inches.
Well, it could be like in the teens,
it's
actually.
not
yeah,
really. I don't know. It's just,
I think we should, let's get a tape measure.
It's teeny. My necklace around your waist.
It's so teeny tiny.
It just looks little because, you know, my waist
no,
is
it's little.
And my feet are little because nothing grows in the shade. No, seriously, my waist is not. It's just
question was what?
Who inspired you as an up-and-coming actor, or excuse me, artist? Artist, sorry.
So many people. I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up in Kansas. Yay! Come on, and we're right there in the middle. And I used to have like one radio station, but that radio station would play soul music, would play Led Zeppelin, would play Dolly Parton, would play all the different mixes of music. And I learned to write and rock and roll from like Bruce Springsteen and the Rolling Stones and that sort of thing. But I learned to sing through the country artists like Dolly Parton and Tammy Wynette. That's the music I used to go play in the bars, was country music. So I learned to sing that way. So that's...
You learned to sing, and then you learned to rock from,
from the music I love and listen to.
Yeah.
She's a great writer, too. Both of them are great singers and writers. I love that. They are. I love their songs.
Yes, ma'am.
I just have something to say to Shania. I lost my father a couple years ago, and just knowing what you've been through and your music really helped me get through it. And I think about you all the time. I have every one of your CDs except the new one, which I have now. And
for free, thank you very much.
Thank you. I just want to tell you you're wonderful, and just to see you sit there and talk so humbly about yourself, it's just amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
She's precious.
Yes, sir.
This question is for Dolly. Hello, first of all. This question for Dolly.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to buying your new CD for God and Country that comes out in November. Do you have any plans to tour for that record?
Well, I am probably going to tour some. I have a new, for those that don't know what he's talking about, I have a new patriotic album called For God and Country that's going to come out on Veterans Day in just a couple of weeks. And Oprah's trying to keep me dressed here. And so we probably will do some tour next year with that.
I got the DVD at Walmart. It had some sound clips, so it was really cool.
Oh, great.
Thank
I'm
You got
very
a DVD
excited
at
about
Walmart, did you?
Yeah, they have a new DVD with all sound clips from the new record on there. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, cool.
They're doing a big promotion through Walmart and Target and a lot of those stores with the...
Isn't Walmart amazing?
Yeah.
I was in there. I couldn't believe it. Okay, yes, ma'am, back there. Yes, ma'am?
To all the performers, do you have a particular song that you've either written or performed that is extra special to you or that means the most?
Can I start?
Yeah.
Because it's Dolly's song. And Coat of Many Colors has always been my absolute favorite. It is the song I've been singing for years as a small child. It was in my repertoire all those years. And the other one is To Daddy, which is also a Dolly song.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, I have a lot of special...
Okay, you got one? You got one?
It's interesting. Growing up being a performer, I would sing all the top 40 and all the country songs. But my favorite songs I wouldn't sing because I didn't want to, I didn't want to get tired of them. I didn't want to, I just wanted to keep them. And so I didn't sing Bruce Springsteen growing up.
You didn't?
I didn't sing Born to Run until I played for the Concert for New York and sang that for the first time. So I kept that. Now, my songs, it's like asking what child you love the most, because they're all different. They're all pieces of my life. So I don't have one of my own favorites.
Do you, Dolly?
Well, Coat of Many Colors is my favorite of my own songs because it's more of a philosophy and it's really about a way of life. And I'm so glad you love that song, too. But my favorite song of my own is a song that most people wouldn't know. It's called If We Never Meet Again, This Side of Heaven. It's an old gospel kind of bluegrassy song, and it was my dad's favorite.
What Shania was saying earlier, the hardest thing I know many times must be not having your parents here to be a part of all of this.
That's the toughest part for me. But I try not to think about it too often, but today it was hard. Most times, I can get through it pretty good because a lot of what people think, like a lot of the accolades that you achieve in your career, which everyone thinks are the most important things to you, like awards and great reviews and stuff like that, really don't mean anything to me. And because a lot of people say, well, you don't wish your mother was here or your parents were here. And so, well, these aren't really the moments they're not really emotional. They're things. Those are things. And numbers, like you said, or, biggest selling this or whatever, that's just it's a number, it's a chart. But these moments are emotional for me. And so today was especially and is especially difficult without my parents because they would have, I mean, obviously they would have died to have been here. But they really would have just I probably would have had to say, you can't come. You cannot come because you're going to cry and you're going to make me all emotional, which
because
happened
they know
anyway.
how much Dolly means to you.
Absolutely. And what she meant to me as a child and all through my growing up and to our lives. Music, see, music is for our lives. It's something we live with and that we live by. It isn't just a thing. It's not like a house. It's not like having a car. It's not even like having a child. It's different. It's more internal than that. We can interpret a song the way we want to. So I can write a song, but you can interpret it any way you want, and it's yours.
Yeah.
It's personal. It's yours to have. And we give that. And I guess that's what we probably get back the most, is the fact that other people make it their own, and that means so much. And that's what you did for me, and that's what means so much. And if my parents would have, they would have known that. They would have known what I was feeling.
That's so precious.
That is precious. To close our after show today, Dolly's going to sing 9 to 5. Dolly's going to sing 9 to 5. We're going to move out. Dolly's going to sing 9 to 5, and we are not going to ask you to limbo. We are not. Okay, you're going to sing? Okay, good. We're going to move, girls.
With Allison.
Okay, you're going to sing with Allison? Oh, Allison. Hey, girl.
This next song coming up. Oprah gave me permission. She said for me to take this intro. Right next to me is Alison Krauss. You shut up. You can't sing yet.
Pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch, trying to come to life.
She did this in the tribute album.
I jump in the shout and the blood starts pumping. Out on the streets, the traffic starts jumping with folks like me on the job.
In 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you
just watch him shatter.
You're just a step on the boss man's ladder, but you got dreams he'll never take away.
Well, you're in the same boat with a lot of your friends, waiting for that day your ship will come